Howdy, and welcome back to the Road to the Great Canadian Open Winter 2026. My name is Clarence, and this is my video series as you follow me as I paint up my Brotherhood Without Banners army 1 hour a day, 1 day at a time. The whole point of this series is for me to try to inspire you to paint your army as well, to show you that if you use a pretty simple technique like Slapchop, if you work at your army consistently, you can get a lot done too. I know that it's a privilege to paint 1 hour a day. Not everyone can afford that, but if you can try and carve out for yourself some time, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever, and work at it regularly, you can get a lot done. So I'm just trying to show you what a person can do. Hopefully you can do the same thing as well. If we all bring painted armies to the table, I think it'll really help our game. It'll bring more eyeballs to the game and attract more players. So let's all do our part and be great ambassadors. That's my preachy rant out of the way. Let's take a look at where we're at and where we're going. So this is where we're picking up today. The Golden Company crossbows were primed, dusted with the Wraithbone spray, dry brush white, and then with a little bit of time that I had left, I did the boots in snakebite leather. So today I think I'm going to continue with the green, and I have to really think about where the green's going to go. I imagine it's going to go over the body of their sort of tunic area, though. Yeah, it's tough because there's so much going on here. I'll really have to take a look at each guy and see where it makes sense. Anyway, folks, let's get started. 1 hour of work starts now. 1 hour later, we are back and we are done applying the green onto the armor. Each row of 3 pretty much took 15 minutes, so it's a clean hour in and out. We're gonna stop there, folks. It was quite hard because they have these weird like strips. I looked it up. I think they're called tirigas, which is like feather apparently. Very commonly seen on a lot of Roman armor as well, and I had to try to paint in between them. I definitely messed up, and the next session might be actually cleaning that stuff up. So it was just very, very time consuming to get all that green down. I also, and I'm really heartbroken, forgot to switch it up, meaning I painted them all exactly the same way. Normally I do 2 the same way and I reverse the scheme on the third one. I forgot to do that here. I was like halfway through and I realized that I'd forgotten and it was too late to go back, and there's no way I'm going to reset 3 models to change it up. So it is what it is. Hopefully they won't look too much like clones of each other. So that's it for today, folks. Next session, like I said, I'll probably clean up the tirigas, and I'll probably do the Basilican Gray on the pants, and we'll see how much time that takes, because cleanup also usually takes quite a bit of time. So hopefully you're enjoying the painting series, folks. Hopefully you are painting along as well. I'd like to know what you're working on, and keep the faith, keep going at it, folks. Chug, 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 a little bit every day gets the job done. See you next time. Bye-bye. And we are back at X-Planet Games versus the Master Mudge, Andy Mudge himself, who is actually on his way soon to the London GT. We wish him well. So we're doing some practice. We're playing a Feast of Crows again. And let's go over Andy's gorgeous army. I'm going to get real close because army is so pretty. We've got, oh gosh, this is one of the...
That's Bryce Karen.
Bryce Karen for taunt in Wardens. We've got a, what's this guy called?
Pikeman Captain.
Pikeman Captain in the Archers for true conviction. No,
Boldness and Courage.
Boldness and Courage.
And Leadership Follow.
And leadership stuff. We got the Commander Courtney in Pikeman. We've got Brienne with Battle Scars in Sentinels. We've got
Robar Royce, the Red.
Robar Royce with Reckless Strikes.
Yeah, Reckless Strikes and Furious Charge.
In Thornwatch. So Courtney's really cool in that unit. That unit I'm starting to love more and more because Might of the Throne means he will auto-charge on 6s if I don't control the throne. And his NCU package of Alistair Florent means he will often control the throne. We got Olenna to turn off my NCUs and Varys on Varys action. On my side, I'm running my Thoros list. So on this flank here, I've got Brothered Archers with Hot Pie. I've got Peasants with Tom 7 Strings. I've got Sword Knights with the Fortune Seeker. I've got Commander Thoros with Edric Dane in Pikeman. Don't look at me, I'm so much uglier than his guys are. And then we've got Stormcrow Mercenaries with Gendry. And my NCUs are Caitlyn, Ravella, and Lord Varys as well. So it is a Feast of Crows. We drew extra hand size here. And we got precision here, I believe. So because he's got bookkeeping, that's going to make his hand size 4. That makes his hand size 5, and then he can draw up to 7, which is going to be kind of bananas. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. After the end of round 1, we're going to zoom out a little bit. Oh yeah, so just deployment-wise, I think Andy looked at that card, really wants it. He's going to swing his forces here probably, and I'm just going to take that card as a result, and we'll see where it goes. All right, see you soon. End of round 1. So I just started shifting my forces along this side to avoid this area here, which he's controlling with his archers. Similarly, this side is kind of pushing this way to grab the objective, control the center, and I got Forgotten Fellowship to march these archers down here, and I really wanted to march 12 again to set them up in the flank. Andy had a whiff of that coming, so he put his Thornwatch in a way that if I marched 12, the problem was I just felt like he might have issued commands, and if he did, it would be a bad deal. So I stayed back. Turns out he did have issued commands. They made a 5+ charge, dealt a bunch of wounds. Sorry, he actually rolled pretty bad. He rolled pretty bad. No precisions from the Robar Royce kind of character. And he took actually like 4 wounds from Caitlyn, hilariously. Or 3 wounds, and he took 1 from Reckless Strikes. But because he Swift Striked out and healed, he's pretty healthy. I've suffered 2 wounds here in total. So here's the board state. I do worry for this unit now because they're a little bit isolated, but I'm sure Andy's got some tricks to bring them home. So let's go from there. Round 2 coming up. End of round 2. What happened? So the Thornwatch charged into the archers as their opening move, and then they bounced back and healed to full. And the interesting part, everything else kind of did what it's supposed to do. They went to the objective over here. They shuffled this way. Eventually, I crown zapped them, and they failed 3, which is pretty big. I was also able to like put Andy in a weird position where he lost an activation because he needed to take a zone first, which meant that I was able to wait out the Sentinel until the last second. So after they lost 3 from the crown zap, I shot them. They failed the panic test again, I think. So they took a lot of damage, and then the Knights charged in, finished them off. It gave them a 4+ charge. Unfortunately, Andy rolled a 3. He did spawn a corpse pile in his charge path, so he picked it up, but then he failed the panic test for failing the charge and dropped it. So it is 2-1 for Brotherhood right now, and we're off to the end of round 3. End of round 3? Is this end of round 3? It is. So what happened? Essentially, after the Sentinels failed their charge, I led the round with the sword, shot them, rolled 7 of 7 hits. He was vulnerable. He lost a bunch of guys, and he failed the panic, which was pretty brutal. He, on his last legs, he decided that healing was not enough, because if he healed, he'd be at like 5 or 6 wounds. The Knights could crash in and easily kill him. He decided to charge in to the Knights instead and just deal some damage, which he did. Killed, I think, 3 or 4 wounds. Eventually, the Knights swung back, killed the last 2 guys, did some healing on the peasants here. So it generated 2 corpse piles total. So at the end of the round, Andy decided, instead of taking some pot shots, he just maneuvered onto the objectives. He's actually got 3 objectives to my 1 objective. He's actually winning now 4-3. He shifted back a little bit, they came up a little bit, and since he's down 2 units, I just pushed everything forward to try and force the issue. And that's that. So Andy's now first. He is leading. Of course, he's down 2 trays, but let's see what magic he can do. Alright, so end of round 4, we decided to call it a game. What is the story that happened? So Andy controlled 3 objectives. He went first. He started shooting? Yes, he started shooting here, I think, into these guys. Yes, he started shooting these because they were coming up. And then I got some healing off with Catelyn on the bag. He did the sword. He then got a tremendous charge with Courtney. Courtney's pikeman charge, he also fished back Arts of the Fury, dealt a staggering like 10 hits with Sundering, and I lost 10? I lost 10. With a vulnerable token, I actually lost 10. I was actually at risk of dying if I failed the panic test. Thankfully, I passed. I had sudden retreat. I retreated.
Counterplot.
Oh, counterplot! He counterplotted! Oh my gosh, he had the crown. Alistair's on the crown, so he needed a 2+. Rolled a 1, tragically. That was clutch also. That was also very clutch. So the swift sudden retreat
paid off. I was able to heal 4. I burnt 2 Revel tokens to heal 4 more. I burnt a Regroup and Reform to heal 3 more. I just threw all the heals back to bring this unit back to life. And then with a combination of shooting, charging, charging.
I could have shot you. Again, I could have shot you. Yeah, if you had 2 left. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it was. So, I think
I was down behind.
Yeah, so we kind of discussed, what I felt. So that counterplot fail was pretty clutch, won't lie. But I also feel like when Andy was setting up here, he did send his Thornwatch right into me, which did, to his credit, slow me down. Because he had a unit here, I could not really maneuver around this bog, and his archers are very central, which made it hard for me to move around. But it also made his Thornwatch were isolated, right? So I was able to sort of tag team him a little bit. If he was able to hit the archers twice, as in he charged in and then started the round and then charged in again. He could have maybe killed them before I had a chance to interact and heal, but because he charged the knights first and then he charged the archers, the damage kind of got spread out a little bit. And if you don't kill Brotherhood right away, they will come back. So we're gonna call it there. It was a good game. Thank you, Andy. Thank you. And if we don't see you, good luck in the UK at the London GT.
Thanks.
And thanks for watching, folks. See you next time. Bye bye.